Skull and Bones is here, but is it good? Well, this video will showcase feature gameplay for you to decide. I am sharing everything that could answer your questions. Still, before we start, and to answer the number one question, no, it does not have land sword battles. It does not need it. As many try and compare this pirate game to several others, it's not trying to be them. It actually introduces a unique way of pirating that I have not seen elsewhere. Even though you have your avatar that can run around outposts to collect quests, buy and sell resources, craft equipment and tools, and access some high-end game content, you are the ship and the captain of your crew, offering a grand scale of things to do. This video is sponsored by Ubisoft. I have put at least 30 hours in this recent open beta alone, besides all the closed betas and insider tests, so allow me to explain. A special thanks to my Patreon supporters. Phuzzy here, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Infamy is the progression system in the game. From Outcast, which is the lowest rank, to Kingpin, which is the highest. The journey of Infamy is not all about naval ships and battles. In fact, fighting on your ship and sailing is only to connect the dots and stories of what's actually going on to build your infamy. And that is your primary goal. From hunting food for your crew, gathering resources, refining, crafting, and making some silver, all just to equip your first cannon on your boat. This Indian Ocean has way more to offer than meets the eye. It is as simple as the right tool level for the proper ore, which can decide the strength of your ship, all the way to unlocking endgame content that allows you to control the entire economy of the Indian Ocean, with a secret society from your private hideout, competing with other players on the leaderboard, all the way to building your own empire. I don't want to spoil this part for you, so I will leave it behind closed doors. The more you dive into the adventure, the more the game gives. Just like the right tool is needed for the right resource, the right cannon is necessary for the right job, which leads us towards our ships, where the correct vessel is required for the right job. Bigger doesn't mean better. And two similar types of ships are different since you can customize every single aspect of your ship, even having cannons on your port side that differ from your starboard. And also, faster doesn't mean stronger. This is where it all starts. On your dhow, where you were picked up after being washed ashore like old kelp.
My hand! Do not die today!
This ship you get at the tutorial is also one of the best for resource gathering, entering narrow passages, and the only one where you can hunt, sea life, or food. You must also gain the resources required to craft your first captain ship. Once that happens, you start building a reputation as a captain with a crew that trusts you with their lives and sings really beautiful shanties.
Outcast, a kingpin was born upon the sea. There was meant to walk the land, a pirate's life for me. Last you winding up the sails, don't speak to mutiny. Find yourself a wanton quarter.
Come on! Lift grab the top!
Yo-ho, the seas forever roll. Yo-ho, yo-ho, the winds forever blow. Long after I'm at Davy Jones, still I'm not but skull and bones. Yo-ho.
In addition, that crew is not only for show. They actually tell you if there's a shipwreck around, another ship, or an enemy approaching from the back. So make sure to listen. Now that you have unlocked the ability to reach the high seas, the game opens up its vast opportunities. How would you go about questing? First, carpenters, shipwrights, refineries, blacksmiths, and merchants are required to customize your ship and get the stuff you need to set sail, including other NPCs in the outpost that you need for like clothes and food. The game features different regions, from the Red Isle to Africa, the Dutch, and the East Indies, including the northern area that, during the closed beta, has yet to be revealed. In the Red Isle, you start after the tutorial by arriving at St. Anne, a glorious secret pirate den where everyone wishes to reach for pirate riches. And that's where you meet the Kingpin, John Scurlock.
The British wrecked my ship, sank my cargo, but shut you out.
His campaign and story reveal the secrets of the Indian Ocean and allow you to explore all the different regions and locations on the map. Each region has its own supply and demand for resources. With that, you can simply be a merchant that makes their silver traditionally by buying at low prices and selling at high prices elsewhere, or you can scout ships with your spyglass, track down trade routes, and do it the pirate way. Of course, there are different ships for different jobs, like the Hulk for example that carries a lot of cargo, but not as fast as another one that carries less cargo. so choose the right ship for the right job. Of course, everything has consequences. Plundering too much might bring the big boys to put you back in place and might anger some of these factions, affecting their abilities to trade with you. There's always a bigger fish, even if it's not a real player. Be careful. And speaking of real players, there are plenty of them around, but PvP is optional through an opt-in mechanic, which I will explain later. So, if you want to group up with your friends with a total of 3 ships per group, you can simply invite them through the social menu and plunder the Indian Ocean as a fleet. But remember, the larger the fleet, the harder the enemy. But that is also rewarded with better treasure. You can still play this game completely solo. With that in mind, there are also plenty of forts around you that can be plundered. Friends are recommended here to increase rewards and counter the hordes of ships that try to stop you. By holding down the fort for a specific time, you can acquire plenty of resources that will surely make that faction really upset with you. But as you roam around, there are also emergent and organic quests that you can acquire. Some on land, which involve bribing whispers from NPCs around you to give you clues about specific buried treasures and rumors, or treasure maps that lead you more to riches. In addition, while you're sailing around, you can see broken down merchant ships that need escorting to specific locations. All this together makes this world feel so alive that there's even a slapping contest outside John Skerlock's office. It's usually my AFK screen while streaming if I need to step away for a bit. In addition, if you want a very tough challenge other than the job board that offers daily quests for you to go over, there's the bounty board, where several elite captains have been spotted around the Indian Ocean that are really hard to fight, but their rewards are worth your time. Again, you can invite your friends for a group, and not to forget, it's also cross-play with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. As for PvP, there is the Cutthroat Treasure Map, where you have to acquire this map and deliver it elsewhere to unearth legendary treasure. However, as you touch that, other players can gift you some of their cannonballs to take the prize. Now that we have wrapped up on how the game works, what goes beyond the horizon? That is where the high seas, rogue waves, mythical monsters start haunting you. Silver is not the only currency you need in these waters.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. What have I done?
Some legendary items are required, like hunting the sea monster and collecting his teeth to exchange for some unique equipment, in addition to the ghost ship, which is not easy to complete but will give you some real worthy items to exchange for some of its legendary weapons. Now, why do you need all this? What is the actual endgame of Skull and Bones? As I said, it is all up to you. But what really matters is what is behind closed doors. This is where a whole new game begins that allows you tools and reasons to be marked for death. For example, having a fleet of 15 ships trying to get what you have on board before you reach your destinations. And the rewards you get, trust me, it's something that if you have, other players will know that you are a kingpin. You can check out the link below about the game, or ask me anything about it while I'm live on Twitch, as I will show you honest gameplay of how Skull and Bones and the Indian Ocean can be. Phuzzy here, thank you for watching.